Man, that guy before me, he has good friends. I don't. I walked out of the room for like 2 minutes and somebody spilled beer all over my phone. They're my friend and they know I'm sober. They know I'm going to get a phone call tomorrow because I didn't do a good job wiping it off. By tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be off the wagon. I've been smelling beer all day. Anyway, okay. I like to get this out at the beginning of my set. I'm trans. I am. And I don't have to tell you anything more. I don't have to tell you any specifics. I don't have to tell you what's in my pants. You don't have to know. I don't think you have to know. But look, I've been wrong before. If you think you need to know what's in my pants, I guess come up to me after the show and make a case. It's gonna be real weird for both of us. I would prefer, in my perfect world, you to be driving home after the show going, what do you think it was? What if it's both? Because some comedy is just for me. All right. I have a kid. We got parents in the room? Woo! I can always tell who's lying when I ask that. The real parents go, meh. Look, I have a kid and she's great. I love her. I hang out with her all the time. She's my world. I sat down the other day to watch cartoons with her. It was great. Watching Scooby-Doo. You guys ever watch Scooby-Doo as an adult?
Yeah.
Don't. Doesn't hold up. When I was a kid, I loved Scooby-Doo. It was amazing. I loved it. Of course, it wasn't the original. It was one of the 1,000 reboots that existed in the 90s. I loved watching Scooby-Doo. I identified with those kids, with the gang. I thought that when I grew up, I would identify with somebody else on the cartoon. That's right, the villain. I wasn't a smart kid, but I was cute. Turns out I don't identify with either. I identify with the secret third thing, which is, in my head, what the villain needs, which is like an executive villain management coach. I think that the villains would get away with it if they just had somebody to go, hey, look, Carl, I understand you're trying to get the insurance money on this abandoned theme park. Most people would just burn it down. But you, for some reason, decided to dress as, I don't know, a robot ghost? To trick the world's best basketball team and a bunch of children? And let's talk about the ownership, because it's an abandoned theme park. You're not going to get insurance money. You haven't been paying your premiums, bud. I thought about Scooby-Doo for way too long. I did. I realized that all these places are abandoned, like the theme park, because there's no rides. It's just a series of hallways, right? Like, I want a coach to be like, listen, Carl, why did you let them chase you for 30 minutes while the monkeys played in the background? Just shoot them, they're children. They're unattended children. If you burn it down, nobody's gonna notice. They stole a van. Man, nothing holds up as an adult. Nothing I liked as a kid. My kid, she came to me and she said, I want to build a fort. I loved building forts when I was younger. When I was her age. She's 11. I loved it. She said, I want to build a fort, and I thought about it for 1 minute, and I said, you're kind of already in one. She said, I want to build the biggest fort I possibly can, and I said, you're not listening. By default, it's going to be smaller than the room you're already in. She was persistent. She wanted this sport. I said, fine. I sat down to watch TV while a monument to her nonsense went up around me. I handled it. I handled it well for about 30 minutes before I was like, can you just go back to watching TikTok? Stop taping my sheets to my furniture. I'm still paying this off. I'm always trying to impress her. I think she's really cool. She likes good music and she has like interesting hobbies like going outside. So I'm constantly trying to like make her go, wow, that's really cool about something that I like. I said, hey, I'm a stand-up comic that's basically a rock star. She said no. She said, that's basically a magician. Ow! I had to leave the room. I was crying. I was like, you're not allowed to see me cry until, I don't know, your mom dies. I got it together. I got my act together. I went back in the room. I said, pick a card, any card. She said, oh, what's this? I said, adoption paperwork. I'm gonna make you disappear. Nothing holds up as an adult either, though. Like, nothing stands up to the slightest bit of scrutiny. I had a coworker invite me to go on a pedal pub. You know this thing? I immediately said no. Before they explained it to me. It's a bar that you can get drunk at, but you gotta do work. It's a bar built around a bicycle. It's the worst idea anyone has ever had. I think the person who invented the pedal pub should be not allowed to have any more ideas. I want to be like sitting in his house going, honey, I came up with something, and she just flies across the house to punch him in the face and go, remember pedal pubs, idiot? No. I hate the idea of it. I want to know what lunatic tried to register that vehicle too for the first time. They're like at the DMV and the employees going, you can't drive drunk. I don't. Having more drivers makes it worse. All right. I think getting older isn't going to be any better though, because I'm also Jewish, I am. So I am very, very quickly turning into an old Jew. And one of my favorite people in the world is an old Jew. He lives at Zero, if you know what that is. It's a nursing home where they send us to die. And this guy's name is Maury. He is my absolute favorite person in the world because he's a trip. Every time I talk to him, he's just, all he says is bad stuff. Like, I don't like the way the air smells. I don't understand what the kids are doing. Dinner tonight sucked. And you go, Maury, but how are you? And he says, I can't complain. All right, I'm Brett Jeffries.